My name is Ryan Leera, Detective Constable number 2171. I am attached to the Drug and Intelligence Division of the Bermuda Police Service. Also today is Wednesday the 22nd of December 2009, and the venue is the interview room at the Somerset Police Station. Also present is in the room today are Kirley Mitchell, Detective Sergeant 2041. I'm presently attached to the drug unit of the Bermuda Police Service. And also present in the room is...
Plourde.
Can you speak up, please?
Egide Plourde.
Egide Plourde?
Yeah, Egide Plourde.
Mr. Plourde, can you state your date of birth for me, please?
This date of birth?
Yes.
1940, the 10th of October.
The 10th of October?
Yeah.
1940?
1940.
Not the 10th. Excuse me, the 14th.
No, the 10th.
Okay. 40, yeah. And can you also state your nationality for me? What country are you originally from?
I'm from Canada.
From Canada. And your address in Canada? And what part of Canada is that? Which part?
That's in province of Quebec.
Quebec. Okay. Can you also state your telephone number in Canada for me, please?
It's 414. That's the area number, and the phone number is.
Okay. And I will just go over the numbers. It's 514.
That's the area.
598.
Yeah.
Okay. In addition to your wife, you made mention of your wife in Canada. What's your wife's name? Okay. What's the surname? The family is. Who's the family? Okay. What is your wife's date of birth?
My wife.
Yeah, the date of birth. What?
I think it's.
Okay. Does your wife reside at your address in Canada?
Yeah, same place.
Same place. What about you made mention of your children? Any children?
No, I have no children.
No children. Okay. And the phone number for your place is the same?
No.
All right then. Do you have any other phone numbers in Canada?
No.
Okay. Have you been living together for 30 years now?
We're living together 30 years now.
All right. And just for the record, can you confirm anything according my watch? The time is now 3 p.m.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Okay. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday, the 22nd of December, 2009. Prior to the interview starting, I have made mention that I would be video recording this witness interview.
Yeah.
Right. And this is the relation to statement which was given to the police yesterday. The statement was recorded. It was handwritten rather by your attorney, Mr. Llewellyn Pendleton. Is that correct? And it was done at Westgate Correctional Facility.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct.
You were given the opportunity to read over the handwritten statement, and you indicated in my presence and that Detective Sergeant Paul Ridley that you had understood the statement and you had agreed with it. Is this correct?
That's correct.
You also indicated that it was the truth, the content of the statement.
Oh, yeah.
Have reading the preamble.
Yeah.
At the top of the page?
Yeah.
You indicated that you understood the preamble. It's just, I'll just read it again for you. It's the statement consisting of 3 pages. 3 pages each, signed by me, is true to the best of my knowledge and behalf, and I have it knowing that if it is tendered in evidence, I shall be liable to prosecution if I have willfully stated anything in it, anything which I know to be false or do not believe to be true. Do you recall?
Yeah.
Reading it? Okay, all right. In relation to this witness statement that you made to the police yesterday, can you just go over the contents, the details? You made mention of you being in Jamaica and you went onto the vessel, the Bumba Shack?
Yeah.
And you ended up in Bermuda?
Yeah.
Between the time you boarded the vessel and the time that you arrived in Bermuda, a number of things happened.
Yeah.
All right. I just want you to basically go over what had transpired in the sequences, though.
Okay. First of all, we stop in Cuba.
But before we go further, I must ask you: are you able to read and write English?
Yeah.
Are you able to speak?
Yeah. And yeah, I understand.
English. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
And we spent a few days there, and then we left. And then one night I heard some noise, and when I got up to check it out, it was just another boat. Then they was putting fuel tank on. It looks like a fuel tank. I didn't look at maybe not 5 days I stayed, then maybe 7. It's hard to say. The trouble is we had no calendar.
Okay.
To indicate the date, or
So basically that was when you left Jamaica
yeah.
and you went over to Cuba.
No, after we left Cuba.
All right. But initially you had left Jamaica
Yeah.
and went to Cuba.
Yeah.
Right. Whilst you were in Jamaica, you made mention that you observed the captain of the vessel, the gentleman that was referred to. His name is Andrew Blatchley, who you refer to as Steve, right?
Yeah.
You made mention that on a number of occasions you saw him. You observed him meeting with individuals.
Yeah.
Or persons that you do not know.
Yeah. 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 And yeah, one was a big mad, and we talked to them, and then every time he met somebody, we'd go away.
Okay, so he never allowed you to speak to them.
Yeah, no, never. Most of the time he turned his back to me, so I could not see him.
Oh, so he would turn his back to you so you could not have seen.
And so that I could not see the face of the other guy, probably.
Okay.
That's what I think.
All right. So you left. You all went out of Cuba, and what happened after? You said you went you got onto the vessel, and when you all left Cuba, the intention was to go where?
To go to Bermuda next to meet his wife, and that's what he told me.
Okay.
Well, because his wife didn't see him for a long time, and she had been there.
And when you say he told you that, who told you that?
Blatchley.
Blatchley, the captain of the vessel?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, after that, that's the first time there. That's when I saw them load the fuel tank. That looks like, and then 5 or 6 days later, there was a banging, like another boat banging on our boat had. I was sleeping in downstairs, and when I got off, there was mostly nothing left. Maybe there was 14 or 15
So you
on the boat.
all right. But just so you say you heard a banging?
Yeah.
Right. But before the banging, you said something about a boat coming. You were sleeping.
Yeah.
You got up.
Yeah.
You observed them. You observed another vessel, and the guys were.
Yeah, they were finished mostly when I went.
There was almost finished offloading what?
The fuel, well, the fuel tank.
The barrels, right?
Yeah.
You referred to in your statement as barrels.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There was many of them, but after that, there was much less.
There was many of them, but after that, there was much less.
Okay. I mean, there was then.
There was then.
Were you able to identify or see the guys on the boat?
One.
Just one?
Yeah, he was a not black guy, like skinny.
Like skinned? Sort of like what my complexion or the sergeant's complexion?
More like yours.
Okay.
And I remember he had a casket there, and he was 10.
Tim?
Yeah. 10 guy, not very thin guy. He looked like a fisherman.
Okay, he looked like a fisherman. All right. So what happened after the guys had put the vessel, the container on board, the plastic containers? When you were observing the containers, did you think, do you have anything on that? Do you?
I thought at first, it was fuel because he had a long distance.
Okay.
And then I thought because the fuel was just some fuel that was there, maybe one can. And when I did unload the thing there, I said maybe it was some new fuel, but I found out that when I look, it could see there was less tank,
All right.
and than there was before.
So you,
And I saw them going away with it
so you saw them going away. All right.
toward a big shutter with a steel plate in the middle.
All right. So what? What? You went back. You mentioned that you went back to sleep, right?
Yeah,
And when you got up, the barrels were gone.
not exactly, but the boat, it was banging against it, our boat, bump. It's what woke me up.
So the banging of the boats woke you up.
Yeah, all right.
All right. And when I got up, all right.
And when I got up, I said I want to see what was going on. Maybe, but it was most of the time it's waves that does that.
Okay.
So I didn't bother so much, but I decided I was going to check it out. And when I went to check it out, they were going off.
Okay. In.
But that's the boat the tin guy was on.
All right. And so what happened to the containers that were left on the Bumba shack after the vessel had?
They were
They were.
they there were a few more left in the vicinity.
Oh, the.
After I realized that it was on the fuel,
Okay.
because we had a fuel problem, and when we came to Bermuda, we would clean it all up, and then that's when I find out it another fuel.
All right. So you got to in the statement. You also mentioned that you left after you rendezvoused with the vessel and collected the probably you said it was 12 to 14 containers.
Yeah,
Right. Plastic containers with whatever in it, and you left and you started to proceed to Bermuda.
yeah,
Before entering the island, if Bermuda itself, or before you all reported to the yacht reporting center.
it was before that.
I know, but I'm asking you, before you got there, you met another boat at sea.
Yeah,
Just like the day before, you
it was.
arrived?
It was not far from Bermuda.
Not far from Bermuda.
This one, yeah.
Right. Tell me about what happened then.
Well, we was at the we were westwards of Bermuda.
Right.
We just southwest, probably on the way in.
You mentioned in your statement about a boat. You met A when you were coming to Bermuda.
Yeah,
A boat pulled up alongside with about 6 guys on it,
yeah,
and the stuff was offloaded.
yeah. That's the last boat. That's where the unload.
Right.
But I seen that's where I seen the Ren then tin guy.
Oh, when the stuff was being offloaded?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Okay, so when the captain handed over the stuff to the other guys here,
That was the guy that was
that was
close to Bermuda, the last.
okay. So tell me a little bit about that. Describe that boat for me.
Yeah, well, about 20 feet long.
About 20 feet long?
It's big shadow with deep side there,
Deep sides.
deep sides for fishermen. But the only thing particular about it, there was a steel plate in the middle.
Okay, there was a steel plate in the middle?
Yeah. Well, I like a box where you can put all your fish in or something.
Okay.
A big, and that it had 2 engines.
So when that was being offloaded, at that point, did you know what it was?
No, I thought it maybe, but it was the fuel that was dirty or something that he called for some more fuel because he had some problems at the time. But you know, it didn't make sense, and I just didn't think about because it didn't make sense to see this thing happen. You know.
All right. So after the guys, anything in particular? What of the day of was that?
When they went to unload things, it was about maybe 7 o'clock at night.
But it was the place. It was still daylight hours.
Yeah,
Although it was about 7 o'clock, it was still evening.
yeah. The first one was in the evening.
Okay.
Now the second one was about 7 o'clock at the most.
Okay, but you could have seen the place was still bright.
Yeah, okay. That's why I could see the guy.
All right. What about the color? What was that? The boat?
It was gray color.
Any stripes or anything in particular?
No. It was not paint. It was ordinary. You look at it like it would like an old shadow.
Okay.
It's a fisherman, you know.
So you arrived in Bermuda, and you also made mention of the Bumba Shack, the vessel. The Bumba Shack have mechanical problems, right?
Yeah, we did. We had to go that one night. We could not go in. We had to sail around. A little bit. In the morning, we stopped for a bit, and then we came.
So you all had to sail around, and then in the morning you came in.
Yeah,
You went where? To the yacht reporting center?
yeah.
And where were you went from there?
Then to custom. Then we went to Polaris to a restaurant.
You went to Polaris, right?
Yeah,
You all pulled in there. That's the dinghy club.
yeah.
Okay.
Where where we stay there.
So the vessel was docked at the dinghy club.
Yeah, we had to clean the tank and everything, change the fuel.
All right, so all the repairs were done right there.
Yeah, there, and we didn't move from there.
All right, and while you were at the dinghy club, and by all, I mean the captain, Andrew Blatchley, who you refer to as Stephen, Janine Harden, the female, the American female who was on the vessel with you all.
Yeah.
And obviously yourself, whom you were you called by another name?
No.
Who is Pat?
It's me.
Pat, you were called Pat, right?
Yeah.
By Harden, by Janine?
Yeah, it's my nickname.
Right, and Blatchley, the captain, Blatchley, nickname was?
Me, I call him Stephen.
Stephen, okay.
Okay,
Stephen, okay. Right, so you arrived there. What happened after? Who visited the vessel while you were in Bermuda?
Well, he was walking for his wife.
And when you say he, who are you referring to?
Blatchley.
Okay.
Maybe 2 days, 3 days, then she came in.
So she came in after 2 or 3 days after you all arrived.
Yeah.
What happened after?
After that, they went to the hotel, got away. That occurred there. And he spent most of the time, they spent there every night. They were there, they spent at the hotel.
Okay. Who else visited the vessel?
Besides Sagos, came there.
Besides who?
Sagos.
Sagos.
Yeah.
And who is Sagos?
Sagos is the one that gave me the Sagos is the one that one morning he came before we left there, and he had a bag of plastic with taped around it to threw in the back seat, and he told us, like, get the fuck out of here right now.
So one morning before you left?
Yeah.
Do you recall which morning it was?
So it was just before that, the 1st of October.
The 1st of October?
Yeah, because we left the next day.
All right, so
I went to take the plane, but...
Oh, okay, what time of the day was that?
Early in the morning.
Average 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock?
No, early 7.
Like, so Sagos, this person Sagos, came to the vessel with plastic?
Yeah.
With money wrapped in plastic?
And he threw it. That's all he did.
So he threw it where? On the vessel
On the boat, on the back seat where the wheel is.
Okay.
And he threw it. And there he said, you guys get the fuck out of there right now.
So he said to you when you said, and who was on the vessel at that time? Who else saw that?
Probably Jenny. She was there too.
So she was there. Was Blatchley there at that time?
No, he was at the hotel.
Okay, so he came there and said, "You guys get the fuck out of here now."
right now, yeah.
Right now, okay. Just to clear it up, Sagos, does he have any other name?
No,
Do you know his first name?
no, I found out about his name when I saw him in court.
Okay. So the only time you knew his first name was when you first saw him in court.
Yeah, I see him before, like I said, was because I was upstairs in the Polaris. There's a restaurant downstairs. He was speaking to Blatchley.
So you were at the where were you? Upstairs at Polaris
Yeah,
or downstairs?
me, I was upstairs, but him, he was downstairs.
Okay, and you saw him.
Probably he probably give him a phone or something sometime, and we see him leaving the restaurant, and he go up the hill to make a phone call.
All right, but on the occasion you saw him, you were upstairs and you looked down at the Polaris restaurant and you saw him there meeting. He was speaking to Blatchley.
Yeah,
Okay, how many times, if any, how many times did you see him speaking to Blatchley?
two.
2 times.
Yeah, one there and one during the daytime.
Okay.
Okay, and beside that, maybe he saw.
All right. So
So that occurred there.
you saw him. So you, prior to meeting him or prior to seeing him in the court, then after you all appeared in court together,
Yeah,
and you had seen him 3 times,
yeah,
but twice you saw him meeting with Blatchley.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else can you tell me about Sagos? When he threw the money, you think? What did you think?
I think he was suspicious.
Why? What do you what
Well,
what made you?
Because of you don't bother to think, but then all of a sudden it clicks. You know, oh, this happened, and then it's this.
All right.
And I think I'm in. I think I'm in shit. You know.
All right. So when you said this happened, what are you referring to?
Like something suspicion around here. You just something
Like what?
suspicious, something, you know. He never want to see me or talk to anybody,
Okay. So
and he won't let me talk to anybody.
so he was always very evasive. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, evasive. Yeah, he didn't want. I figure maybe he did not want to me to mix up this thing, but at the end, I thought it was probably bigger. This thing here, I could have been something else, but I just didn't understand what the fuck was happening, really.
Okay. So you thought that something fishy or suspicious was happening, in other words.
Yeah.
All right. So you and just to clear up again, Peter Sagos did you see him in court this morning when you were?
Yeah.
Okay. And where was he sitting?
And they're not far from me, and they show her.
Okay.
They show him the statement
Uh-huh.
and everything.
Okay. What was the relationship between you and Mr. Blatchley?
Not very. I didn't like this guy very much, to tell you the truth.
You didn't like Blatchley very much?
No.
Why?
Well, he was cheap, and see, I didn't like his way he was barking, yeah. And he was cheap.
So he was shouting all the time, and
Yeah,
he was cheap.
yeah, he was. Oh yeah, he was cheap.
So you mentioned something about coming. What was the reason for you going on his vessel?
That was when
You go ahead.
I was in a bar and used to go drink, and it happens we were drinking in the same bar, and we meet, and it started from there. And then we start talking, and all these people play crib and domino. Then we start to talk about sailing, and sailing said I was going to Cuba. I said, yeah, it's a good idea. I would like to try that, but I had never done that before,
Okay, so you're
And I said, I said, I'll pay you if you take me along. Like that.
so you said to the captain that you would pay for him?
Yeah, if he takes me.
You said that Blatchley that you would pay him for taking you along.
Yeah, he said, I'll take you along, and then I didn't expect to go to Bermuda. I thought it was going to finish in Cuba.
All right, so you never expected to come to Bermuda. Okay. And in respect of, I just want to go back to the money in respect of the money that Sagos had thrown on the vessel. What happened to it? What happened to the money? Whatever happened to it?
Soon he come in 10 minutes after.
Who came 10 minutes after that?
Blatchley.
All right. And you said that Blatchley's wife was staying at a hotel, right?
Yeah, well, he would come with him every day.
Okay. And what happened to her?
She went off and on her way.
She went?
Yeah, everything he sent her, he sent her plastic off the money.
He took the plastic off the money?
Yeah.
That's Blatchley.
Yeah.
And what happened?
And he went downstairs to get some more money.
Okay.
Then him and her, they just went away.
All right. And you, after that day, you ever saw him again?
No, never saw her again.
Okay. Did he tell you what had happened? What took place?
No. He said she had to go home for some reason or something like that.
Okay. Is there anything else that you could assist me with in relation to this investigation? Anything you think that may assist us?
Let me think.
If there is nothing else, I have no further questions. Sergeant Mitchell, the containers, you said they were loaded on the yacht, and you described them.
Yeah, same of them. Yeah, there was one yellow one, and the rest they was red. They were for the gas, and there was a few that were gray, like by about this high, and this thick, and they had an handle, and on top of they had a rope, and on top, like say you would put a rope around it. It's just to tie it on the deck, but they would much smaller rope, and on it take the top of something, but they were all green and the inside, on the inside.
Did you see anything in them, or
No.
where did you were told anything? What was in them?
No. I mean, you wouldn't let me go very much on the deck, and didn't want to put me on their call. I think.
So that's that. That's the captain. He never wanted. He didn't want you to go on deck.
Yeah, I'm not a very good swimmer, and I wouldn't go on the front unless I'm tied up.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right. Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right. Okay, Mr. Plourde, thank you for your assistance.
Okay.
Just confirm that the time is now 3:25.
Okay.
And this interview is now ended.
Okay.